Something strange is happening to your hair right now, even as you watch this video. You've noticed it recently. That unusual frizz that wasn't there before. The way certain sections don't dry the same way anymore. How your hair seems to have a mind of its own on humid days. These aren't random changes. A leading hair specialist has discovered that thousands of people with supposedly straight hair are experiencing an accidental transformation that's already begun without their knowledge. This hidden process is activating right now in your hair follicles, triggered by things you use every day. Many viewers didn't believe this could happen to them until they saw their own hair changing before their eyes. What's most concerning is that fighting against this natural process actually makes it worse, causing damage that can take years to repair. You need to know what's happening before it's too late. Here's the shocking truth that hair care companies don't want widely known. Up to 60% of people with seemingly straight hair actually have a dormant curl pattern hidden within their hair structure. This sleeping curl syndrome can suddenly activate due to specific triggers in your environment and routine. The specialist who discovered this phenomenon found that common ingredients in everyday products are the primary culprits behind this accidental activation. What makes this situation serious is that once this process begins, using your regular hair care routine actually accelerates the damage. The methods that worked for your straight hair actively harm your emerging curl pattern, creating a cycle of increasing frizz, breakage, and unmanageable texture. Without understanding what's happening, most people double down on straightening methods, causing long-term damage to their hair's natural structure. The beauty industry has known about this phenomenon for years, but keeps quiet because it would disrupt their product lines and marketing strategies. Imagine the chaos if millions realized their hair problems weren't from using too little product, but from using the wrong products entirely. I discovered this myself after noticing changes in my own hair that no salon could explain. What I learned through extensive research with hair specialists changed everything I thought I knew about hair care. Let's talk about the signs your hair is secretly transitioning to curly. That unexplained frizz that appears even on non-humid days is actually your first warning sign. Those random wavy sections that appear after washing aren't styling mistakes. They're your natural curl pattern beginning to emerge. The way your hair suddenly takes longer to dry or dries unevenly points to structural changes happening at the follicle level. The science behind this is fascinating. Each hair follicle contains a protein structure that determines if hair grows straight or curly. Environmental factors can alter how these proteins bond, gradually changing your hair's fundamental structure. Hair specialists have identified that this protein restructuring often activates between ages 25 to 45. Triggered by changes in hormones, water quality, or product buildup. The most common triggers include hard water minerals that bind to hair shafts, affecting 75% of U.S. households, silicone buildup from conditioners and styling products, certain preservatives in shampoos, especially sodium benzoate and phenoxyethanol, changes in regional water treatment chemicals, hormonal fluctuations that alter scalp pH. According to research from the International Hair Science Institute, approximately 40% of people experience significant texture changes in adulthood without recognizing the cause. Most blame their products or styling techniques when the real issue is their hair's changing structure. Look at your hairbrush. Increased hair loss, more tangling, and breakage are all signs this transition is already underway. Pay attention to how your hair behaves when traveling. Dramatic improvements in different water conditions confirm your local water is triggering these changes. Understanding why traditional hair care methods make this situation worse is crucial. When your hair begins this texture transition, continuing to treat it like straight hair creates a damaging cycle that's difficult to break. Heat styling tools that worked before now cause protein breakdown in your changing hair structure. Brushing. Techniques for straight hair literally tear apart the forming curl pattern, creating the frizz that drives you to use even more damaging methods. Standard shampoos contain harsh sulfates that strip your hair's natural oils. While straight hair can sometimes tolerate this, transitioning hair becomes increasingly vulnerable to this stripping effect. Each wash disrupts your hair's attempt to find its natural balance, pushing it further into the problematic cycle. Even more concerning is how this cycle escalates. As your hair shows more signs of damage, you likely increase conditioning treatments, which often contain silicones that seem to help initially, but actually trap the very minerals and buildup causing the problem. This creates a dependency cycle, where your hair appears to need these products while actually being damaged by them. Most stylists aren't trained to recognize this transition phase. They often recommend treatments that temporarily mask symptoms while exacerbating the underlying issue. Keratin treatments and chemical straighteners can seem like miracle solutions, but actually create long-term structural damage to transitioning hair. The emotional impact shouldn't be underestimated. Many people report feeling betrayed by their hair, spending increasing amounts of time and money fighting a losing battle against their changing texture. This frustration is completely understandable, but directing it at your hair rather than the true causes prevents finding effective solutions. After years of research, hair specialists have developed a revolutionary approach that works with your hair's changing structure instead of fighting against it. This method doesn't require expensive products or painful treatments. It focuses on understanding and supporting your hair's natural evolution. The first step is determining exactly where your hair is in the transition process. This simple at-home test reveals your current status. Take a small section of freshly washed, product-free hair. Allow it to air dry completely without touching it. Once dry, spray lightly with water and observe how it reacts. If it forms any wave or curl pattern, you're already in the transition phase. The speed and type of pattern formation indicates how far along you are. Timing is absolutely critical in addressing this situation. Hair caught in early transition, first 6 to 12 months of changes, responds dramatically better to intervention than hair that's been struggling for years. The longer you wait, the more entrenched the damage cycle becomes. The solution consists of 3 essential parts that work together to either gently manage the curl transition or minimize it, depending on your preference. Unlike conventional approaches that fight against your hair's changes, this system works with your hair's current state while giving you control over the outcome. What makes this approach different is that it addresses the root triggers activating your curl pattern, rather than just masking symptoms. By removing these triggers, your hair can stabilize in a state that's both healthier and more manageable, regardless of whether you prefer straight or curly styles. The first phase of taking control is eliminating the triggers that are accelerating this unwanted change. Start by identifying and removing problematic ingredients from your routine. The primary culprits are silicones, ingredients ending in cone, conol, or xane; harsh sulfates, sodium lauryl, laureth sulfate; and certain preservatives, methylisothiazolinone and methylchloroisothiazolinone. Water quality plays a crucial role most people overlook. Installing a simple shower filter can dramatically reduce mineral buildup that alters hair structure. Different water issues require different solutions. Hard water needs filters, targeting calcium and magnesium, while chlorinated water needs activated carbon filtration. This simple change often produces noticeable improvements within just 2,3 washes. Protect your hair from environmental activators by using a silk pillowcase, which reduces friction that can trigger curl formation. Limit heat styling to once weekly using heat protectants specifically designed for transitioning hair. Look for ones containing plant proteins rather than synthetic binders. Create a transition schedule that gradually phases out problematic products rather than changing everything at once, which can shock your hair. Replace one product every 7 of 10 days, starting with shampoo, then conditioner, then styling products. Common household items can actually neutralize activation triggers. A monthly rinse with diluted apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon per cup of water, helps remove buildup without harsh chemicals. While working to prevent further unwanted changes, you need effective strategies to manage your hair during this transitional phase. Traditional brushing tears apart, forming curl patterns, creating frizz. Instead, use a wide tooth comb or wet brush, only when hair is wet and coated with conditioner, working from ends to roots to minimize breakage. Overnight management prevents waking up to unpredictable texture. Before bed, apply 2.3 drops of jojoba oil to damp hair, then loosely braid or twist sections to maintain consistent texture. This simple technique provides remarkable control over how your hair behaves the next day. For those with hair that's partly straight and partly curly, very common during transition, the twist and clip method works wonders. While damp, gently, twist small sections and secure with small clips at the root, directing the hair in your preferred pattern. After air drying, remove clips and lightly scrunch with a microfiber towel. Emergency fixes for sudden frizz don't require more products. Keep a spray bottle with filtered water and a drop of leave in conditioner. Lightly mist affected areas and gently reshape with your fingers. Develop a humidity strategy based on your local climate. In high humidity, use products with light botanical oils rather than heavy anti-frizz creams that accelerate curl activation. In dry climates, focus on moisture sealing techniques to prevent unpredictable texture changes. Now it's time to take control of this process and decide if you want to enhance or minimize your hair's natural curl pattern. This isn't about fighting your hair's nature, but guiding it toward your preferred outcome. If you prefer to minimize curl development, incorporate regular protein treatments using rice water rinses. Soak 1-2 cup rice in 2 cups water overnight. Strain and use as final rinse. This strengthens the hair shaft in its current position without damaging chemicals. For styling, use lightweight mousse applied to damp hair and dry with a diffuser attachment on low heat. Fingers gently stretched downward to encourage a straighter pattern. If you're ready to embrace your emerging curls, enhance them with moisture-based routines. The squish to condish method revolutionizes how transitioning hair responds. Flip your head upside down in the shower, add conditioner, then cup water in your hands and gently squish upward. This technique enhances natural curl formation without artificial products. Develop a custom hair care routine based on your hair's porosity and density, not just its changing texture. Low porosity transitioning hair needs lightweight products applied to soaking wet hair, while high porosity hair needs richer products applied to damp hair. This personalization makes all the difference in results. Maintain consistent results with simple daily habits. satin pillowcases, regular clarifying treatments, and strategic product application based on your local humidity and water conditions. This information about accidental curl transformation represents years of specialized research that most hair care professionals don't even discuss. For a limited time, I'm offering the complete transformation guide with customized routines for every stage of transition. This detailed program includes ingredient checklists, product recommendations for different hair types, and step-by-step tutorials for managing your specific texture changes. Those who act within the next 48 hours will receive the bonus Travel Rescue Kit Guide. Essential techniques for maintaining control when you're away from home and exposed to different water conditions. By supporting this information with super thanks, you're helping combat widespread misinformation in the beauty industry. Your contribution allows this research to reach more people struggling with unexplained hair changes. Lisa from Colorado writes, "After 3 years of fighting my increasingly unmanageable hair, I found this information and finally understood what was happening. Within weeks of following the protocol, my hair transformed from frizzy and inconsistent to smooth, with defined waves I actually love. Your hair's destiny is in your hands now. You have the knowledge to take control of these changes rather than being controlled by them. Whether you choose to embrace your emerging texture or gently guide it back to straightness, you now have the tools to make an informed choice. Show your appreciation for this life-changing information through super thanks. Your support makes continued research possible."